right, welcome back to your extended. I'm going to pick up from where we left off with the today I am calm, today my mind is open, and I am at peace with who I am. All right, we're going to use a little bit of a different oracle for this one. The Seven Energies Oracle. So Spirit, what additional oracle advice can you provide to help guide our viewers in really taking advantage of the luck that you're bringing in for them? Ooh, flying cards. Something tells me there's some reversals that just happened. I don't have reversals in here, but I think Spirit just created a few. All right, Spirit, what messages do you have for our viewers regarding the luck that you're bringing in for them? Regarding the luck that you're bringing in for them. All right. Earth Magic, number 1. I mean, this card immediately just makes me think about the luck under your money, right? It was money. Yeah, it was a money. Like everything we have is in our bodies. Everything we create in our world has come from this world, has come from Gaia, from the body of our mother, right? Here again we have this dancer. I mentioned the dancer in the other video. Your connection, she's grounded, her feet are on the ground, connected to the earth and the magic, seeing the magic coming up from the earth. Also kind of going back to your roots, right, as well with the family piece. I want the one from underneath. Okay, endless possibilities. Seeing endless possibilities. Okay. So when you're going to keep your mind open. Today my mind is open. So that's that openness from earlier in the reading, and then being at peace with who you are. No, not like having to explain who you are, or any of that business. Yeah, not having to do any of that. Okay, so let me go ahead and read these. The first card, Earth Magic. Being grounded in nature, the quiet, dark place where all things begin, where essence is first ignited before manifestation. Knowing you are part of the earth and she is part of you. Earth Magic speaks to the intrinsic relationship that you and all living things have with the consciousness of the earth, also known as Gaia. Imagine the oak tree that begins its journey as an acorn, gathering the life force energy it needs from the earth so it can sprout up from the ground. Because you are part of nature, you follow the same cycle of manifestation. Everything you are, your evolution, and the successful manifestation of your dreams begin below the surface of consciousness until an idea comes, conviction takes hold, and something meaningful can be planted. Be still for a moment. This is the calmness message. Spirit is asking you for stillness. Quiet your thoughts and imagine anchoring your energy to the sacred quality of being part of this living earth. Do this mindfully to connect to this divine intelligence with the power to create the perfect form from essence of a tiny spark of life. Indeed, this is miraculous. And you can see the sparks coming up there. The message now is to trust that the seeds you've planted in your field of dreams are in good hands. So when you decide to have an idea is a manifestation, you turn it over as if it is true, and then you let it do what it needs to do, it being the divine. The earth is conscious, divine source of love. The earth is a conscious, divine source of love that is doing its part on your behalf. Slow down, take in the beauty of your life now, and trust that what you are intending is being nourished and is growing. Just like that pregnant woman on the card earlier on the Queen of Pentacles card. There will be plenty of time later to tend to your garden. to water it and weed it. Great magic is germinating underground, working its way to the surface to deliver more blessings than you could imagine. Let it. So this is really about staying calm and grounded. I would say doing some meditative work, meditation, journaling, figuring out what is it that you want to create and manifest. What is that little tiny seed that's germinating inside of you? That is what has that awakening that's been coming to you. That little tapping. A little tapping that you're not hearing. Mine was a woodpecker. She wasn't doing so little tapping. But it's not a doing and weeding. What did it say? Watering and weeding, right? This caregiving. At this point, we're just trying to germinate a seed. So it's a great metaphor. If none of you have ever done any gardening, I haven't really done a lot of gardening, but I've studied. And you know, when I was little, I'd get a packet of seeds and throw it in the ground, and like most of them wouldn't grow, and I'd be very frustrated because like I think like what was wrong with me? This is always what was wrong with me. Nothing was wrong with you. You just didn't know how to germinate the seed. And what I have learned, this is why people have greenhouses, is you can buy packets of seeds or get seeds from plants. And if you're a master gardener, you have your own seeds from your own crop. But you don't just toss those seeds in the ground and they're going to, some of them will come up. But what you usually do is take the little seeds and then you put them in those little starter cups. And I think we know more about, or at least I feel like there's more about knowledge about gardening than when I was a child today. And you'll see those little starter kits at like, I don't know, the Home Depot or something like that. And so you put the seed inside a little space and you just let it be for a little while before you toss it into the ground and it turns, what you usually tend to plant then is a plant. But when you're germinating, you just want to keep it in, you need to really kind of protect it, and it takes time. And it needs a different kind of condition than when we're actually looking at something that's growing that would need watering and weeding and, maybe getting some protection from insects, however you might do that, hopefully with a net, not pesticides, but whatever. The point is, also there's a great deal that we don't see when we plant a seed. There's so much that we don't see that's happening, but we have to trust that it's happening and that it's going on, right? That's that let it go. Like do it and then trust that it's there. You planted the seed and then let nature do its job. I think someone was talking, I was listening to somebody talking about like planting a seed and digging it up and planting a seed and digging up the ground and thinking it's not working. And it's not that. You just haven't given enough time. And time in the spiritual sense is faith, right? You're not trusting in the universe to deliver. The universe delivers every day. There's nothing in your world that hasn't come from the earth. Nothing. Like if you really start to think about it, like everything we have is from the earth. Everything we need, we already have. I mean, this is like these kind of combined messages. Endless possibilities here. You look at the world through the lens of your life experiences, personality, and conditioning. That filter determines whether you believe in an abundant universe of endless possibilities or various degrees of limitation and a finite range of options. When your expectations, unconscious or otherwise, are based on lack, it's difficult to see what is truly available to you. Today, ask yourself what you believe. Are there limitless potential outcomes to align your energy with? Do you know intuitively that there is more to life than meets the eye? Right? This is all about that spiritual awakening. And are you willing to act on that knowledge? We are energy. We're not just everything we see. I mean, so one of the things I often have taught and learned about, like this idea of love. You can't touch love, but we know it's there. The same thing with its, opposite. We know what hate feels like. We know what love feels like. You can't put your hands around it. We know what joy feels like. We know our emotions. Those are alive. And we have senses like that cat in the picture. We are animals. We are connected to the earth. to the universe, to the planets, to each other. Because we have to start believing in that. We believe everything we see, we've gotten conditioned. And if we can't touch it, it's not real. Even though we sense so much more than what we can touch. As you believe, so will it be for you, as your energy will attract its match in the outer world. Your beliefs create your reality, literally. Conditions meet expectations. Either your world remains the way it is, in various forms, yet essentially unchanging, or you become more. Everything shifts as you open yourself up to a greater version of you, a more meaningful life, discovering opportunities that better reflect your true self. This is why it's important to do the self-love work. This is the nature of your dynamic relationship with the divine. Today, stand with open arms, knowing that you are stepping into beauty, into experiences that are potent and transformative. You are walking past the line that you and others drew long ago, leaping over what was and towards what will be. You are more than you were. Now, what is it that you want? The treasure is yours. You just need to believe it. You're magical manifestors. That was the surprise the universe had for you. What are you going to do? All right, I'm going to go ahead and figure it out. Do and don't do. I'm going to do a do and don't do. So do, Spirit. Oh, let me give this a bit more of a shuffle. It's still not as shuffled from earlier. Very interesting. So what do you need to focus on and do? And what don't you need to? You need to release, really. It's kind of a do. Well, sometimes it can be a don't do too. Our minds have all kinds of ways of interpreting information. So do, Spirit. Spirit, what advice do you have for our viewers on what they should do? Do. Okay. Synthesis again. Bring together your inner and outer world. That's exactly what that says to me. Bring together different elements of same exact combo. To connect back to your family, right? It's not just family roots, right? It's also connecting back to your family. So, yeah. Connect your inner and outer worlds. Don't you? Your sensor feeling with the outer world. Don't you? Let's shuffle a little more. I don't think it makes a difference. Messages come out the way they want to. Don't you? The universe, which is the world card, starting a new cycle. And the hangman. The hangman. Hangman, it's like starting over and surrendering. Giving up. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't keep restarting. Don't keep changing everything you're doing. You know what it is you are. You know who you are. Don't give up. And think you need to just toss everything that you've been doing out the window. So this is what Spirit's saying. Don't do that. Don't. You do need to break those chains right? When it comes to your money, and recognize your own power. But you need to, this is also, don't just surrender to the universe, right? Like you are also part of the manifestation process. It's also your journey. Spirit cannot work without your dreams. Don't give up. It will happen. Give it time. Don't keep restarting over and over and over. Find something you want to do and stick with it. That's it. That's it. Stick with it. It's like the seed. Yeah. I planted it. It's not growing. It must be dead. Let me plant another one. Oh, that must be dead. Let me plant another one. Stop redoing it, starting over and over again. And don't give up, right? Don't surrender. Like this hangman here in the middle, you can see, there's a sense of giving up, or, I mean, sometimes a hangman is, if it's an ado, it is like, let go. This is not a let go. This is a don't give up. Don't give up. Don't just fall into that vortex of like, it's all hopeless. There's no point. There's nothing I can do. Spirit says, no, there's lots that you can do. And I'm here. I'm waiting. But also don't keep, starting over and over. The universe is about ending cycles, ending a cycle, completion. You're not done. There's also that message too. You're not done. So if you think you're a master of something, like, no, you haven't reached your pinnacle. If you're watching this, you haven't reached your pinnacle. Whatever you're doing, that's not it. That's been interesting. That took you to this point. That's just to be, that you're done. You may be done with that part, but you're not done with your life. There's more to be done. But yeah, also remember, Spirit can't work without you. It's your manifestations. It's a free will universe. It's not just about surrendering to the universe. The universe wants to create with you. The universe wants your dream, not its dream. I mean, there's a plan, there's a divine plan, but you're co-creating, right? Like you have a higher self, a spirit self, and that your soul is connected to. But there's also a reason we have a physical experience in self, and that is because we're doing this together. Yeah, so, whatever it is that you dream about, what's your dream? In order to get there, though, you've got to go back to that child. You've got to recover that inner child, because he or she knows. That little kid knows. They came in with it. Somewhere, though, we buried it, became a spiritual sheep, stopped loving ourselves, putting on those chains, beliefs in the mind. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Yeah. I don't think that's it. Let's go ahead and get some messages from your animal spirit guides on where you might go with this. Messages from the animal spirit guides. We're going to use this one. Yeah. Demon Farmers, messages from your animal spirit guides. It's not shuffling that way. Okay, we got 2 messages. We've got Honeybee and Elk. So Honeybee says, let compassion and forgiveness be your top priority in this situation. Compassion and forgiveness. Compassion and forgiveness. Elk, or Wapiti, is the other card here. Stand tall and maintain your dignity no matter what, and others will treat you with the respect that you deserve. Absolutely. Absolutely. Know who you are. Let me go ahead and read Honeybee here for you. Honeybee, honeybee. Honeybee is telling you, the advice Honeybee gives is to reap all the sweetness that life has to offer. Focus on compassion and forgiveness. Compassion means that you have heartfelt empathy for the suffering and misfortune of others, yet remain somewhat detached so that you don't take on their sorrow and distress as your own. Forgiveness requires that you first acknowledge and accept responsibility for your judgments, rather than pretending that they don't exist or professing to always sustain a non-judgmental attitude. The next step is to release those judgments. All right. So to do so, think of someone, past or present, with whom you have judgments or criticisms. Trust that the first person that comes to mind is the appropriate one to start with. Consider 2 or 3 specific criticisms that you have about this individual, preferably captured with one word such as selfish or cold. Find a quiet place to go inside yourself and look for that part of you that's exactly like what you're judging the other person. What you're judging in the other person. And then once you discover that part in you, simply say to it, I love you and forgive you. And if necessary, repeat this a few times. See what emotions come up. Practice this at least once daily for the next few days and watch what happens. So that's the advice. I feel like this is connected somehow. I'm going to go ahead and clarify because these 2 cards came out under family, and I feel like there's a message, something about your family just sticking out. Unforgiveness and compassion, or a need for forgiveness and compassion. Something around family, and that's our do. Do, sense, and synthesize as well. It's the same placement. So, Spirit, can we get some clarification? Can I get some clarification on the sensor and synthesis here? Oh, just for also using the Grand Lux Tarot here. Clarification here, please, Spirit. What's going on here with the sensor and synthesis? All right. The card underneath. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. Again, this is about, this is the same card, Woman of Worlds. And the other reading we got in the placement of abundance, right? But in this one, it's Queen of Coins, Queen of Wands. Same thing. In this deck. Okay, 8 of Coins. Yeah, it's very much. This is very much. I don't. Like, do we need one more? One more. Yeah. This is very, 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 I'm sorry, 7 of Wands. This, yeah, your roots, you have spiritual gifts, intuitive gifts the world needs. And it's your family lineage. It's something that comes out of your family. So maybe you have, and you may not know, this is the problem, right? Like so many of our histories, especially, for poor people, people of color, indigenous people, we don't have, migrants, immigrants, most people in this country, in the United States, like we don't have record of who our people are. We're, what were the original tradespeople of our original, our ancestors' communities. But there is something about your prosperity and abundance you need to connect to, because you have inherited, right? This, so there's been, I was having a conversation yesterday about historical trauma, right? And how it's passed in through our DNA. If traumas can be passed along, so can skills. Everything can carry forward in our DNA. It's not just the bad stuff, right? Why would the bad stuff be the only thing we bring forth? Why wouldn't we bring forth amazing gifts and skills? that have come up through the earth. Like, we are born out of the earth. Why did the earth not bless us, the divine not bless us with amazing natural abilities, out of which we create wealth and abundance in our lives? And that's what this is. Just, this Queen of Wands is the same Queen of Wands. The Queen of Pentacles was earlier in the wealth. It's really your connection to, your power and fire is your connection to your ancestors. You need to figure out, you see these dragons on her? Like that, I mean, like, she's just like she's got her magic wand. There is some passion, fire that you've inherited, and it's sitting inside you. When you connect to it, right, you can step in and you can really manifest your wealth out of that, with that Queen of Coins. And you see this, right? Standing up for your work. You see the Eight of Coins. That's Eight of Pentacles. Really honing your craft, learning and studying, and then being able to stand up for it. Stand up for what fighting for who you are. Out in the world, bringing it out. And you can see again, right, that dragon on his vest. This, this sort of warrior out there, taking on the competition. But, that's center in his heart space, right? That's coming out from within you. There is just this magical dragon from within. So the compassion and forgiveness, I connected this, like, intuitively, it just came through, like, this is your family. It may be that you're disconnected from who you are, your roots, your people, whether you've chosen to, assimilate, if you will. Assimilate. My family's too ethnic. My family's too country. My family's too unsophisticated, whatever. Or I have too much conflict. Like, I don't know those people. I don't want to be associated with them. Spirit's really saying you need to, do this forgiveness work, this honeybee, because whatever you're pushing back on them, it's in you. That's the whole forgiveness piece, right? So what is it about them you can't stand? Because when you go into that and embrace that and do that inner child work and reconnect, that is when you're going to step into your power, right? Come into your independence, be able to really, capitalize and work on your passion that then you bring out into the world, your ancestral knowledge. And you grow. Like, this person is like, not only are they like in their power and their element, they're like growing through these challenges. And that's what we come to do. Like that flower, we come to grow. Okay, so that's why you get out of that elk, wapiti. Stand tall, right? This is standing tall. Elk medicine tells us, stand tall and maintain your dignity no matter what, and others will treat you with dignity and respect. Oh, the slings and arrows. When you're in a cycle of your life where you have to struggle to avoid feelings of defeat and despair due to the circumstances pressing on you from all sides, you literally lift yourself up to your grandest upright posture. Keep your eyes looking straight ahead. Breathe deeply and comfortably. Pull your shoulders back. But not rigid. And plant your feet squarely on the ground. Not stiff and static, but relaxed and fluid, letting your movements be easy and graceful, even when you're standing still. Try slowing down and moving at 90% your usual speed, keeping your attention in the present moment. Practice this for a few minutes a day and watch what happens. This will help you by standing tall and relaxed and fully present in any situation, but particularly during times when maintaining your self-respect and dignity are priorities. This isn't about pride, but instead about a physical expression of strength and power. Make these simple physical adjustments and observe how your thinking and mood changes to become more congruent with your posture and your demeanor. This goes to the don't, really. Don't break down, give up, retreat, none of that. Hold your ground. Spirit is saying, hold your ground, stand tall, right? When you're in a cycle of your life where you're having to struggle, right? That's what the universe is like. Oh my goodness, it's just like cycle after cycle. I can't do this anymore. I'm just going to give up. No. You do this. You stand your ground. You stand tall. All right. Last bit from your soul. Your soul's truth. Lots of luck and lots of gifts coming in, but you've got to open yourself up to spirit. You've got to reconnect to your roots. Trust in the divine. Know that you're in the incubation, germination stage. Open up your heart with compassion and forgiveness. You're going to need to make that space open in your own heart for the divine to work through you, as well as to connect to your roots. And don't let anyone make shake your stance, right? Make you feel like you're less. All right, your soul's truth. What is my body telling me right now? Our body speaks to us through physical pain or discomfort. Our body sends messages for us to look more deeply. See the trapped emotions, the lurking fears and beliefs that limit you. Listen to your physical body, and you will be led to the source of your pain. Follow it through. It's time to get your healing on, and you go into your pain to do that. So, today's soul action, get the book, Heal Your Body by Louise L. Hay, and find the answers towards which your body is guiding you. Oh, I love that. I have the body book myself. I don't know if that's a message from Spirit to me. I'm just looking around. I don't know where it is. But it is a great, maybe I'll pop up and show you the book. It is a wonderful little, Heal Your Body. Louise Hay talks about how our bodies, the illnesses that we have in our body, are really mental manifestations as to what's not clear, blocked, where energy is blocked in your body. And she has all of these different symptoms. So that's it. That's what I've got for you. And hopefully this was helpful. So